As part of events to celebrate their 30th anniversary, the charity Children with Cancer UK is hosting an 80s-themed murder mystery night with a Halloween twist this Friday. You are being given a chance to go back to 1988 to help uncover the truth about the death of a cutthroat newspaper editor. Dhivya O'Connor is the charity's chief executive, and Lynne Maltman is organising the Scream All About It evening, which involves a very special painting, which is here now. We must mention it because it's so prominent. What is this all about?
Yeah, so we're really excited to have been given a donation. I'm not sure if you recognise the gentleman in this image, but this is Boy George.
Yes.
And this is the self-portrait that he created and signed himself, and it will become the main auction prize, the star auction prize at Scream All About It on Friday evening, which we're really excited about.
It sets us up perfectly for the 80s theme. We'll come back to that in a moment. But Dhivya, just talk us through the charity, the work that it's done over the last 30 years.
Yes, Children with Cancer UK is a charity that's dedicated to fighting the injustice of childhood cancer. What a lot of people may not be aware is that cancer manifests very differently in children as to how cancer manifests in adults. What that means is that there's an absolute need for dedicated scientific research into childhood cancers that is separate from adult cancer research. Only 3% of all of the funding into cancer research in the UK is currently spent on childhood cancer. At Children with Cancer UK, we are dedicated to actively raising and investing funds into vital specialist research for childhood cancer, with a view to helping develop kinder and more effective treatments to ultimately save children's lives.
Yeah, an incredibly difficult time for any family that goes through cancer, but when there's children involved as well, particularly harrowing. Have there been improvements? Have we seen improvements over the last 30 years?
Yes, absolutely. So Children with Cancer UK has raised over £230 million over the past 30 years, a large proportion of which has gone into childhood cancer research. What we have seen is an improvement in survival rates over the last 30 years, from about 60% as it was back in the late 80s to an estimated 84% today.
It's a remarkable shift.
Yes, it is, absolutely, which is fantastic. However, there's still a significant proportion of children who are sadly dying from the disease, and indeed over 4,500 children and young people are diagnosed with cancer in the UK every year. So there is still much more work to be done.
Indeed. Lynne, let's go back to the 80s then.
Okay.
Okay, this Friday there'll be shell suits, I imagine, and
neon,
and all of that neon.
Yeah.
What's going to happen? It's a classic Who's Done It.
It is, yeah. So we're working with an amazing theatre company called Play Dead London, and we're taking everybody back to 1988. As Dhivya said, this year Children with Cancer UK was established, and it's a classic immersive murder mystery, in which we have, you just see some of our cast here in rehearsals. So it tells the story of a cutthroat tabloid news editor of Views of the World.
We've all worked with them.
Exactly, yes. And she mysteriously passes away, and then her nearest and dearest are gathered together, and they believe they're there for the reading of her will, but they've actually been brought together where it's announced that, you know, you're all suspects in this murder and we're not leaving this room until we find out who done it.
Okay.
And that's when the audience come in, so then the audience play detective to help solve the crime.
So the audience very much a part of this. They've got to find out who might have done it, and obviously the Boy George painting will be there as well.
Yes.
Quite a special night. Yeah,
a really special night. So as well as the main murder mystery, we're paying homage to the 80s. We've got 80s DJs playing music all night long. Sorry, Lionel Richie reference. And then we have an amazing raffle. We've been so touched. We've been inundated with people from the music industry who have given us prizes, and that's from people who are music legends of the 80s and beyond. So everybody from Bros to Nick Kershaw to Tears for Fears. And then we've got a couple of, they're going to be our raffle prizes. And then we've got our star auction prize, which is being donated and created really kindly by Boy George. We're actually going to put this online tomorrow and start taking bids from people. So I recommend that everybody checks out Children with Cancer UK on Facebook and Twitter. There'll be details of that tomorrow.
Yep.
And yeah, it's going to be a really fun evening. It's all about celebrating our achievements over the past 30 years and looking forward to the next.
All the details there. Lynne, thank you so much, and Dhivya, a pleasure to talk to you both. Thank you for coming in to tell us, and congratulations on your 30th anniversary. If you want to be part of the evening, it is called Scream All About It. It takes place at the Red Lion in Leytonstone this Friday. Doors from 6:30, and go online tomorrow if you're interested in that very special portrait. Right.